What's up, everybody? American Hammers TV. It's Thursday night somewhere. Unless you're Neil, and it's morning time.
You're Neil. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we were gonna have a dude from Toronto on tonight, but he vanished. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, if anybody wants to pop in the show tonight, just say something in our live chat, and we'll try to bring you in.
First come, first serve.
There you go. Yeah. And yeah, good. We got a game coming up this weekend. We'll talk a little bit about that. Because obviously we'll bring up the news, and I'm pretty sure that'll come up. I'm pretty sure one of Gaz's polls will come up when we look up the Hammers polls later on. So if you want to get in and discuss it beforehand,
I do. I put quite a lot. I put like at least one poll every single day.
Yeah, man.
There's one of them in particular that got. I took so much shit from this one poll.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Give us the story, Gabe. What story? Is it this story that you're on about? Ain't it? It's not as glamorous as you think it is.
Well, I guess. Well, I got to mention drinkwaredesign.com. They're our sponsor. Please, buy some mugs, but most importantly, buy a scarf. We haven't placed the order yet. We can't place the order until we sell some more. We still just haven't reached that goal yet. So, yeah, go to AmericanHammersTV.us and buy a scarf. That'd be cool. And then we got a couple things over on bonfire.com. One of them, our two original designs of the shirts, bonfire.com/AHTV-2 or bonfire.com/AmericanHammersTV. A couple cool designs. So buy it up. And other than that, the podcast hopefully will get out before the game. But if I don't get my hands on it tonight, I'm not going to be able to get it out there because I'm not going to be around tomorrow night to do it.
The game's on pretty early on Saturday as well for most people. I think it's 8 o'clock for me. So for you,
10,
it's 10 for you, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. I like those 10 a.m. games. But yeah, so we got American Hammers Radio. I know a couple of our podcasts that are in the works are going to be recording this weekend. So I'll get to review those and see if we can get those out there. Also, one of our podcasts that we already put out is going to be changing a bit. We're going to be whatever. I'll get into that another time. But anyway, American Hammers Radio, the flagship one, is with Kyle and Zach, and they're going to be recording I don't know, maybe half an hour from now, and hopefully I can get my hands on that. Looks like got a couple people in the chat room. Like I said before, if anybody, hey Gabe, why don't you come on in? We haven't had you on in a while.
Actually, Gabe, that'd be perfect. If you jump in here, I'll tell you what happened to my eye. How about that?
Yeah, so other than that, we're working on a lot of stuff. Obviously, we're always working on stuff behind the scenes that no one can really see, which is kind of fun. But yeah, Norwich this weekend, we had a couple victories. We had Watford. We've already discussed that extensively. We touched a little bit on the Newport match, but I don't know, guys. You get to see that?
I did not get to see the. I didn't get to see the Newport match at all. So the game kicked off 12:45 my time, and my boss was all over my ass all day, so I couldn't go take a 90-minute shit or anything. So I couldn't have my phone down by the side or anything like that. She was on me, and we were pretty busy anyway. So I didn't get to watch it, which is unfortunate.
I watched not the first 10 minutes and not the last 10 minutes. I watched the meat of it, and it was It was something else, man. If they, well, I mean, think about it. It's number one is it's fucking Newport, right? They're League Two, and you don't score any goals until the second half. Or so I'm sorry. So there was a mistake by Wilshire that he ended up just instinctively, which was amazing. That was the best part of the whole thing. He gave up the ball and instinctively just backtracked and got it like immediately. No one was even expecting him to do that, and then he just smashed it in. I didn't catch the Fornals goal, but my point is, why was it not like 6 or 7-0? It's Newport. You know what I mean? It was 2-0. It was like a struggle. We were lucky to get those 2 goals. Is my point, dude. Like we were lucky to get that Wilshire goal. He made a mistake. Capitalized on the mistake.
He did. So just because you play lower league teams, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to like stomp them. That's the beauty of cup games, because lower league teams they play way above their level when they get to pull a Premier League side or even a Championship side or somebody that's like quite above them.
Yeah.
All cup games are tricky. So I have seen the highlights. First of all, Antonio's injury looked disgusting. You knew right away the second he pulled up, the way that he like flew himself backwards, like it was it's good. We'll get onto my eye in a minute. Let me just finish what I'm saying. So yeah, the way he flew himself backwards, you knew that the injury was really bad. I haven't torn my hamstring before, but I have pretty like weak hamstrings, so they do strain quite regularly, and it is not fun whatsoever. So the Wilshire goal was it was a pass to, I'm not even sure it was a Yeti, I think, who was in front of him. Defender intercepted it, or it was a poor pass, whichever. The ball got caught between his feet, and just that instinct, like you were talking about earlier, Wilshire just capitalized on it, and it was a good finish. It was calm and collected. It was his first, other than the friendly, it was his first like league, or cup goal, if you will. So the Fornals goal, it was just a tap in, to be honest. It was some good play from Anderson on the left, broke into the box, took his man on, squared the ball across the box, and the ball was lucky to get to him, if I'm honest. The ball kind of slowly trickled towards him. There was one of our guys fell over the ball, and then their player completely missed it, and Fornals was just there to tap it in. So it's good for Fornals to get a goal, get off and running and stuff, and hopefully he could push on from there. But yeah, 6 or 7-0 is a bit much, I think.
Yeah, I know. I just thought that our team. I mean, yes, everybody's saying in the chat room that Newport's a good squad, especially they're having a great season down there.
Mm-hmm. Fifth in the league, aren't they?
They're professional athletes too. I get that. You know what I mean? So they're not going to just lie down. But I guess Michael Flynn, I think is the guy's name, right? The coach over there, the manager.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, he's got them going down, man. He's got them tight. He's got them playing well together. I mean, that's the key. Like you could have the best players in the world, or no matter what division you're in, but if you don't have them playing together as a team, then
playing for each other,
playing for each other, then they're not going to win. You know what I mean? But or they will lie down. So anyway, I don't know. I just think that it should have been worse. I mean, the score line.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think our professionals are way better. Not just better.
There's no doubt that our players are much better than their players. But like I said, the magic of the cup, man, it's a weird thing. Like I said, like the underdog, they play so much, they punch so high above their weight. It's unbelievable, and that's what makes the cup so special. There's no guarantees in the cup, Yeah. Well, you look at Derby County last year. Derby County went to Old Trafford with Frank Lampard and knocked them out. I think they won on penalties as well. So anything can happen in the cup.
Yeah. Like Bradford City making it to the final back in 2013. I mean, League Cup anyway. That was crazy. Them against Swansea. Let's see. Sully's got a question for us. Might as well talk about this. Let you answer that.
So this kind of goes in. This kind of this right here was the poll that I put out on Twitter a couple of days ago. So the day after the game, I put a poll out. It basically said, actually, I can literally pull it up exactly right now. The poll said, let me read it to you. It says, with Antonio being out for what may be another lengthy spell, this is how I would accommodate the team. Now, you guys in the chat can criticize me if you like, because the whole of Twitter did. So I said I would move Cresswell to left back, move Masuaku to left attacking midfield. I'd move Anderson to the right in place of Antonio, and I would have Lanzini playing behind Sebastian Haller.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you guys think about that? Because 42% of the final votes said that it wouldn't work, 26% said that it could work, and 33% said that we would never see it. So what do you guys think about that?
That's a tough.
Personally,
putting would never see it in there. It kind of fucking ruins it. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like the independent voter. You know what I mean? It's they take away from one side or the other. I think if I said it could work. Now you say it couldn't work, but then you get the other people saying, "Well, fuck it." The question, they're basically saying "fuck the question" because they're not answering it. They're saying it would never happen. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think what I was trying to do was more along the lines of would Pellegrini try it? Not like that we won't ever see it because it's not going to happen. Like, would Pellegrini see something like that? Because for me personally, I don't think Masuaku is a defender whatsoever. I think he's more of a left winger. Obviously, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But then that would mean having to put, Cresswell at left back, and that is where I got most of my shit from, because the fan base is not very they don't show favoritism towards Cresswell at the moment, and that's where I got a lot of my shit from. So I'm weakening the team by moving him up. Personally, I think it could work.
I think it could work. I do, and I think Masuaku is actually like the Julian Faubert of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think he can actually play both. I don't think he's not a defender. I think he's a defender, absolutely. I also think he's a winger, though. I think he's just the whole left side, man. I think he can play left wide. I think he can play anywhere on the left. So, I mean, I'd be happy anywhere he is.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, a lot of people did not agree, but that's absolutely fine. I really loved the engagement.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, even the abuse that I got, it was fine. I enjoy all that. It fascinates me when people have different mindsets to me and they don't think the same way that I do. It's going to sound really weird, but that's why I like watching documentaries on serial killers and stuff like that, because it's fascinating being inside the mind of somebody else. So yeah. So now that we've established that Masuaku's probably not going to play there, I would probably say that Fornals is probably going to be put there. Yarmolenko could definitely do a job there, and so could Snodgrass. But for me, Yarmolenko looks slow. He looks gas all the time. And Snodgrass, I don't know. He's having a bit of a funny spell at the moment. So I think for me, it would be Fornals. What about you?
I think that Snodgrass looked fairly shitty in the cup game. But, he looked half decent in the Premier League appearances that he made. Yarmolenko, I think he needs more time. He needs more minutes. And how is he going to get fit? He needs minutes. I think that he should start. And he's made some brilliant passes. And he's also just run around or limped around like nothing. But he has also backtracked. It's so weird. It's such a crazy mix with him. But I think it should be Yarmolenko starting. I don't know, but what does it say? Does Fornals start? What would Pellegrini do, I guess, is what Sully's asking. I think he's going to put Yarmolenko there again, because whatever the majority picks, he'll do slightly whatever's next option. He doesn't like any one of us predicting his team sheet. He doesn't, because he never fucking does the same team sheet twice in a row. And it's always something like, what the fuck? There's always one or two what the fucks in the lineup every single week. So, I would say Yarmolenko will probably start. And I think we might even see Sanchez start pretty soon, too.
So I was thinking about that because from what I saw and what I've heard or what I've been told by people that I've asked the question to is Sanchez actually had a decent game, albeit it was against League Two opposition. But you can only be good against what you're facing, if that makes any sense. Like you can only it's like you can only beat what's in front of you. And by all accounts, he had a pretty decent game. So there is something else that we didn't think about. Noble and Rice could sit in the two holding midfield positions.
I love that.
And Wilshere could be pushed forward behind the striker, and Lanzini could be put left, and Anderson could be put right, or the three of them could mix and match, or whatever. Because Pellegrini is a massive Jack Wilshere fan. If Jack Wilshere's fit, chances are he's going to play.
Yeah, and he was my man of the match. From what I saw,
he actually got man of the match too, right?
Oh, he did. All right, cool.
I
didn't finish watching the game, so I really don't. I didn't know.
I saw a picture on Twitter of him holding man of the match trophy. So I was assuming that he got it.
He was hustling. He looks. I mean, I don't know. There's something up with him, man. He looks a lot more tired or older. Like. He looks like he's struggling. I don't know, like in the face when he's doing what he's doing. You know, he doesn't look like, I don't know.
See, I have an idea about that because of how, and this was actually also a poll as well that I did a week or two ago. Jack Wilshere, do you think he's playing not at 100% to avoid getting injured, or do you think that he's maxing his potential because of how many injuries he's had in the past?
Like damaged goods, you mean? Like he's just
like he can't go, he can't get any better.
Yeah, and he's like really trying extra hard to get back to that level almost.
Yeah,
because his body just, I don't know, can't really keep up the way. I mean, because you're right. He's been through so many injuries. It's that much harder for him to actually get to get fit and get top.
Yeah, I think he's had a few surgeries as well, like at least 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, we got Neil in the chat room flipping out, saying that Wilshere made a lot of mistakes and he shouldn't have got man of the match. He wasn't that good. Sanchez made very few mistakes, he says. But again, it was League Two opposition. Yeah. Anderson, man of the match, personally. Yeah, you know what? I would have given it to him. But from what I was watching, I wasn't watching, I don't know, the whole game, but I thought, I don't know. Yeah, Anderson put in 90 minutes, didn't he? So that was kind of shocking, against League Two opposition.
The fact that he played 90 minutes.
90 minutes, yeah.
I would have thought Holland was going to play.
Yeah, me too, and I was hoping that Holland was going to play. But again, I just have this weird feeling, even though X says, what's his name? Pellegrini highly rates Holland.
Yeah,
I just don't see how he highly rates him if he doesn't fucking play him ever.
So, I think you can rate somebody and then judge when to use them, if that makes sense. So last year we didn't have a particularly good cup run, if that makes sense. So maybe he was thinking we need to get off to a good start. So feel like a stronger 11, if you will. I feel like if we were 2 or 3 to the good at half time, maybe we would have seen him come in a little bit, or come on tool. Actually, was he even on the bench?
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing the team sheet. So I don't know if he was on the bench or not. Hodden wouldn't have been crunched if he went on. He would have been crunched if he'd have gone on.
Because they were super physical. They really were. I think that's what it's a reference to. I mean, he's a pig. What do you call it, twig?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's some meat on his bones.
Well, they did their homework then, didn't they? They know that if you play West Ham, all you have to do is be physical, and we struggle. I don't know what that is. Why we struggle against physical teams?
I don't know. I mean, that's the one thing I miss about the Allardyce era is that people knew that we were going to play physical, and I don't know. I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't know why we can't have it both ways. Why we can't have a Pellegrini attacking side with scary defense. And the other thing that's really bothering me, which I don't know, man. I don't want to have to do this, but Diop is just. I think we should have fucking sold his ass.
Really?
I really don't see how important he is anymore. I really don't. I don't see. I see a lot of mistakes, a lot of stupid mistakes. Oh, but he's only 20. Then why is he getting all the attention and being the centerpiece of our defense if he's so young and inexperienced? You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, oh, yeah, oh, well, those mistakes. He's still learning. Well, how is he still? What do you mean? I don't know. I think I'm getting sick of all the fucking mistakes. Really, he's starting to look like Fredericks to me, and I don't know. I think we almost. What was the highest amount that Man U bid on him? Like 65, 70 million, something like that.
I think it was 65 plus Phil Jones. I think was the was the bid. I feel like I can see your frustration with Diop. He hasn't been the player that he was
this season.
Yeah, he hasn't been the player this season that he was for large parts of last season. I think he definitely has all the makings of a top quality defender. I just like Snodgrass as well. He's going through like a weird. Not saying that Snodgrass is like top quality, but you know what I'm saying. Like you know what you get with Snodgrass, and typically you know what you get with Diop as well. I just think he's going through just like a funk. I don't think it helps. Changing like defensive partnerships. I mean, I understand the reasons behind defensive like changes because Balbuena hasn't really been where he was at last year either, and
but he hasn't made as many mistakes. That's the other thing. Like, if you watch the Watford match, it was sad. Like there was many times where Watford put themselves in a position that if they had better players, they probably could have done something with. And where was Ogbonna? Where was Diop? Other people are saying, "Oh, he's playing so badly because he's next to Ogbonna," and that's what happened last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that still doesn't mean anything really, other than Diop's just not that good enough. I mean, if he can't perform with anybody, he has to have a babysitter, like one particular person that he can play with, and that's it. And if he doesn't play with that one person, then he has a bad game, and it's okay just because, but it wasn't so-and-so with him.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I thought, so he's not as elite as what people are making him out, and I wish that maybe we could have cashed in on him. Now, Rice, on the other hand, he's had, a few. But that's the thing. Rice doesn't have bad games, as in he makes a shitload of mistakes, like Diop or Fredericks or whoever. Mm-hmm. He has games where he's just not 100% the whole way through and like actually making stuff happen, and that's the difference, and that's why I think that obviously I would keep Declan at all costs, but
so I feel like part of the reason, especially the first couple of games of the season, was because he started. I mean, I know Noble was injured, but he started with Wilshere. Wilshere's more of an attack-minded player than he is a defensive-minded player. So when you have the two that are supposed to sit, and then you have Wilshere that's moving forward, if they suddenly break and counter-attack, like Rice is left to anchor the midfield completely by himself. And if you notice, when we played Watford at the weekend, that happened a lot less because Mark Noble was there. He wasn't too far away from him, so they could both try and take control. So I feel like Declan Rice is the small mistakes that he does make or gets caught up in is not because of his any fault of his own. It's because he's trying to do more than what he what he needs to, if that makes sense. He's trying to make up for the
No, I
two
know. It's
spaces.
just clear chance headers, though, and these other things that Diop has missed already this season, which he wouldn't have last season. And also, passing the ball to opponents, which is what Fredericks likes to do all the time. These things that, what's up? Like, this isn't the Diop that was playing with Balbuena last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he had Diop had a great first half of the season. And then somewhere over the whole China syndrome, whatever you want to call it, the China escapade thing in January, he started to show rust and saying, it doesn't look like he's that good. Yeah. And then, then he started to, throw in a couple good games here and there. And then he started to pick it up, and then he finished the season amazing. But over the summer, preseason, didn't look that great. And here we are in 3 games in, and a cup game.
Still doesn't look great. So to be honest, I don't think that. I think the entire back line has been pretty poor, to be honest. I understand why Fredericks plays, because he's stupid fast. That's probably why he plays, and
better be.
And you need speed.
There's no other excuse. So it better be the reason.
I don't think he's a horrible defender, but I think he's the best choice at the moment for what we have. Like Zabaleta, I love Zabaleta. He's got a brilliant mind for the game. He's got excellent experience, but his legs can't do what his body wants him to do, what his brain tells him to do. Like as soon as somebody like Zabaleta is on the field, or the opposition seem to see the team sheet. Let's just say we're playing Man United and Zabaleta's playing. Like, guaranteed, Anthony Martial will be told to stay out on the left wing, run at Zabaleta, run at the right back, because he'll have the beating for him every single time. He's not going to be able to do that with Ryan Fredericks because he's quick. But then the trade-off for that is Fredericks literally cannot pass the ball, or doesn't seem. No, exactly. There we go. Fredericks' passing is world class.
Is not, and that was a joke. That was a joke. I know. So I counted the Watford match, and I didn't. Again, there was a couple moments where my TV was freezing because I was watching some international channel, blah 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 blah, and it just kept skipping. I counted six clear, direct passes to the opponent because he didn't have his head. He wasn't looking where he was going. He wasn't looking where he was passing. He's so quick, so fast. He's got, he's moving. That's fantastic. Yeah. But he's not looking what he's doing. His pat. It wasn't like he missed somebody. He clear cut past straight at least 6 times that I caught to the opponent. That is not a professional player.
Nah.
Sorry, that's ugh.
Did you see him give away the corner as well? He went to pass it back to Fabianski and gave away a corner towards the end of the game. Yeah, so he went to pass the ball all the way back to Zabaleta from a little outside the halfway line, I think, and he put the ball out for a corner.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, it was diabolical.
But so, his speed is, like you said, it's nasty. I just wish to God that he had some skill, some fundamentals, that he'd be a world class, world class player. But he's not. So whatever. Anyway, we're stuck with him because you're right. Zabaleta's too old, and Ben Johnson, I don't know. He's just not ready yet, I guess.
So I feel like it's the same reason why I don't think Ben Johnson plays in place of Masuaku or Cresswell. Although he's very promising and he could potentially be a very good player for us, is Pellegrini going to give him the chance when you have the experienced veterans or senior players like Cresswell and Masuaku? Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like if you're good enough to be in the side, it doesn't really matter how old you are. Take Reece Oxford, for example, when he made his debut. He was one of the best players on the pitch. And obviously we know how that turned out, so you can't rely on at least Diop is prettier than Gaz's eye. Thanks, mate. Right, so let's just talk about that real quick, because this is not domestic abuse. I did not get beaten up from my wife. I didn't get beaten up by anybody outside, even though we live in a pretty shitty area. This actually was assault from my dog. I have a pit bull, and we were playing around on the floor, and she stretched, put her paws out, and boffed me right in the eye. That's it. End of story. There's no fancy getting mugged or beaten up by homeless people. There's none of that. And my wife certainly didn't beat me up. Sorry, I didn't know she could hear me.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I guess Sully's right, though, in the chat room. He did say that, all this bashing, which, I mean, if you watch the show, Sully, that's what I do, man. I rant and I look at all the shit that we did wrong because I want us to do better. I want us to fix these fucking mistakes so that we can become a top six club or a bigger club, better club. Is it realistic? No, but that's what we do here. It's not realistic. Anyway, yeah. So 4 points, 3 games. When was the last time we had that in August? 4 points in the first 3 games. I don't know.
I think it's been a much better start since last year. I mean, Man City, we all expected to get. Yeah, last year was terrible. We all expected to get bounced by Manchester City, and I can take that. I mean, you look at their team, man. Even their bench. Their bench is probably worth more than a good portion of our team. Like that was always coming. Brighton is a tricky place to go. We don't have the greatest record against them. We managed to get a point. We didn't play very well, but we still got a point. We turned up against a struggling Watford side and managed to come away with 3 points and 3 goals. So even though we haven't completely clicked this season yet, we're still picking up points. And even if it's not pretty, man, I'm okay with that. And we have a very tough game coming up this weekend, if I'm completely honest with you, because Norwich will come there and they will take the game to us. Have you watched Norwich at all this season?
Yes, I watched the Liverpool match, and even though they got smoked on the score sheet, they played fucking awesome. They opened.
They play.
Oh yeah, It was amazing.
They play very nice football, and one thing you have to think about: your dog didn't like that damn poll you put up. Well, fuck my dog. she ain't getting no dinner tonight. Then, nah, that's animal abuse. I'm just joking. But so anyway, yeah, our pitch is really wide, man. So imagine all that space that Norwich are going to have in front of them to play with. Like, how do you feel like the game's going to go?
I think I said 4-2. I think we also said 4-1, but I think 4-2.
To West Ham or to
Sorry, Norwich? Us. Yeah, I do. I think we're going to win. No, shit. No, I didn't say that. Fuck. No, Norwich is going to win. Norwich is going to win. Every time every time I predict we lose, we win. And every time I predict we win, we lose. And every time I don't say anything, we draw. So it's not going to be a draw this week. Sorry, people. I know there's a lot of people thinking that everybody's predicting this gun shootout, but at the same time, they're thinking, oh, it's probably going to end up 0-0 or 2-2 or whatever. No. Fuck it. I'll just say
I think it'll be a very, very entertaining game. It'll be very open, very end-to-end. I don't see there being more than 4 goals scored in total, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Norwich have some really good players, man. They have Max Aarons right back, I believe he plays. Max Aarons, he was linked with Man United this year. He's a very good little right back. Or I'm pretty sure he's a right back. Well, I'll just say he's a right back. I think that's where he plays. He's very good. He's very quick. He's got good passing. He can tackle very well. They have that striker as well. What's his name? Pookie with it's a U, right?
Yeah.
It's a UKKI, I believe his name is. UKKI. Yeah, that's it, right. Timu Pookie. Absolute beast of a player. And according to this, he's 29 years old.
Yeah.
I thought he was way younger than that.
No, he's been around.
That is that is insane. And his goal scoring record as well for the past 2 seasons is incredible. He scored 29 goals in 43 games last season, and he's got 5 goals in 3 games this season. You know for a fact that he's going to score on Saturday.
Yeah.
100% he's going to score.
He will. I mean, It also just depends on the damn team sheet, man, which we never predict or get right until an hour before the match.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just it all depends because their center backs suck. Yeah, their fullbacks are nasty, and Pookie's nasty. They also got a couple decent midfielders, but again, I mean, they didn't really improve that much over the summer, like in the
No.
window. So I don't know.
They do have Sam Byram as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
Obviously, he won't be. Oh no, he's signed on a permanent deal. He can play against us.
yeah, he's been sitting on the bench though quite a bit, and also Tim Krul is their goalkeeper, and he's been shit, dude. He's been shit. He's been letting in goals like crazy.
Man, I don't think he's ever been a great goalkeeper. To be fair,
no, but at the same time, I mean, he will be starting on Saturday, so that's one definite on their side.
Yeah,
man. Who played last week against Chelsea? They had Krul, all right, Lewis, Godfrey, Aarons, Hanley's their captain, freaking former Blackburn and everybody else guy. Cantwell's nasty. That's who we got to be worried about. Tribal and Leitner and Buendia and Steeperman.
There's a question in the chat for you, mate.
What's up?
There's a question in there.
Better than Fredericks. I loved Byram at Leeds. I used him in Football Manager a shitload, and he always did fantastic for me. And I was super excited when we signed him. I honestly didn't see enough of him with West Ham, other than I saw a bunch of pictures of him on the training ground. He didn't really play that often with us, and when he did play, he was playing for a manager who was a fucking idiot and loved to play people out of position like all the time. And so the rest of the lineup would be fucked because everybody would be playing out of position, and then Sam Byron would be playing in the right spot. But I mean, I saw him make mistakes, man. But again, he didn't play that much for us, so I can't really rate him. And he's not starting for Norwich, so he's a championship defender in my eyes. And he was fantastic when he was with Leeds in championship, and that's exactly where Ryan Fredericks belongs. So I'd say it's a wash. They're both the same.
So if you could sort out the defense, who would you?
Our defense?
Yeah, if you could sort it out, you could bring in a right back, a left back. I mean, we'll keep the central defenders the same for right now, but if you could bring in a right back and a left back, who would you bring in? Realistically as well, not like fucking Danny Alves or somebody.
No. I don't even think. I don't know, man. I don't even think I would. I don't think I bring in anybody. I would absolutely keep Masuaku. And left back, he's absolutely fine. There's not a goddamn thing wrong with him. He just he needs to play and consistently play that position and that position only, and not be fucking taunted with thoughts of playing somewhere else, and also not being benched. He needs to stay there. So anyway, on the right side, I think Johnson's the future. I think by the end of the season, we'll see Ben Johnson starting regularly. But right now, I'm telling you, we're fine. We just our issue is Ryan Fredericks. He needs to get the fuck out of the squad, and his spastic, hyperactive, he makes a mistake and then immediately just fucks something up, because you made a mistake. So he goes, you took my candy. I'm gonna get you. And that stupid shit. So
shit.
I'm saying that's what he is, man. He's a fucking idiot. Fuck him. Fuck off, Fredericks. Thank you. So anyway, Zabaleta, start him.
Start him?
Yeah, he can fuck. That's the thing, man. He can defend. He can defend as long as we have guys in the wings that can track back, which we do. And fucking Yarmolenko showed that. He was tracking back a lot against Watford. And that's part of the reason why he was gassed, because he's still not fit. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, as long as we have someone that can track back or someone to, help out a bit, and as long as Balbuena gets back in the pitch, and I'd love to see Balbuena and Ogbonna. That's what I'd love to see. Why not? Absolutely. Diop needs a rest. He needs to just chill out.
Recharge his batteries a little bit. I
Yeah,
can
he
see
needs
that.
to
I
just
agree
take
with
a
that.
step back and look and say, okay, all right, I see what I did wrong. Get me back in there. I'm ready to go. You know?
Yeah. And sometimes chopping and changing, like they probably do that to make because if you play every single game or most of the games, you're going to get like a mindset like, well, I've literally played every single game. There's no way I'm going to get dropped.
Yeah.
And maybe he has like a little something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe because, like you said, everybody's getting dropped around him, but not him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ogbonna, Babuena, Maswaka, Creswell. I mean, they're all rotating around him, but nothing is really working that well. I don't know, man. Let's see.
I think we'll come out with 3 points on Saturday. I don't think it'll be easy. I have a feeling that VAR is going to play a very good factor in this game, and that's actually another thing. Fucking VAR was non-existent in the game against Watford, which was very nice.
Yeah,
it was so very nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. Chicharito's fit too, huh? All right. Well,
he had a bug, right? He had a bug or something, right, or a virus or something. Man, that motherfucker gets sick a lot.
That's that water.
Well, it's the same when you go to Spain. You can't drink the water in Spain, man. It give you the shits.
Mexico too.
Mexico. If you ever go to Spain, man, like do not drink the tap water because you'll ruin your holiday. You'll be shitting in the pool.
I'm gonna bring up some Harris polls right now.
Yeah, man.
Some other times. Thanks for sticking with us tonight. We did have we had a no show tonight, people. Sorry about that, but we're here. That's all that matters. Logging in. All right, here we go. Do you agree with Danny Gabadon, who has reportedly said that Ajeti could be a bargain buy for the Hammers? The striker who signed for an undisclosed fee, but it is believed to be around $8 million. He's yet to make an impression for the club. You think he's a bargain buy?
Well, we haven't really seen too much of him, to be honest. You can't really base an opinion off of somebody you haven't really seen yet. I'm going to say yes, just because his goal scoring record for he played for Basel, right? That's where we got him from.
Yes,
I believe it was Basel. His goal scoring record, it was pretty impressive. I believe it was like 1-2 or just about 1-2. So there is absolutely no reason why he could not be a bargain. So I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't judge anybody off of one match against Newport.
And they are tough opposition.
They are tough. Man. They're extremely physical.
Physical, and it's the cup, man.
And it's his first one and game. Done. It doesn't matter who they're playing against. It's one and done, and that alone can stress somebody out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially their first match for the club. In that type of situation, that could, yeah. So anyway, I do feel that we haven't seen the best of him at all. So, yeah, I mean, I think he is a bargain buy as well.
I think so too.
All right. Another poll. There have been many players over the years who played for both West Ham and Norwich. And I see somebody. Okay, never mind. I was going to say there's someone that's not on that list. But anyway, out of these three wingers, who was your favorite? Dale Gordon, Matt Rush, or Matt Jarvis?
The Jarvis man himself, Matt Jarvis.
Matt Jarvis, man. I love Matt Jarvis.
Yeah. So I love Matt Jarvis for two reasons.
Yeah.
First reason, because he was a decent footballer. He was very good for us, very good servant. And the second reason is my best mate's middle name is Jarvis. So
all right,
there you go.
He actually wanted to play for us. So that was the thing. I remember when we were first linked with him, and I was really excited to see that we got him, and he was super excited to be part of the club, and he was promised to play a certain position, and he did. And then somebody else came on board and said, I can't promise you anything anymore, and we're thinking about switching things around and so on. Same guy who sold James Tompkins.
Sorry about
that. So anyway, Matt Jarvis, I'd say. But my favorite player who played for both West Ham and Norwich is Robert Green.
Oh, absolutely. What a top goalkeeper he was. Tony Cottee, the man himself.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's do this last one here. On Soccer Special last night, which was, it was last night, I think. I think Tony Cottee shared his view. Is this him personally? Yeah, so Tony shared he shared his view that teams who would be safe but unlikely for Europe should take the cup seriously and field strong teams. What do you think? Do you think that, What do you think?
100% yes. You should definitely give the cups the respect that it deserves, and you should also give your opponents the respect that they deserve. Because, like I said, when you get drawn against somebody that's many leagues below you, like for them, it's like it's an amazing night out for their fans, for their players to come and they have these expectations. Oh, we're playing a Premier League team, and then you field a whole bunch of kids. Man, I would be if it was me, I would be very disappointed. I'd be really pissed off actually.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with yes. They need to treat it extremely seriously.
Those players are looking forward to testing themselves against the best players. It's their
exactly,
and other people will say, it's their cup final and so on. But that besides that, it's like the opportunity to say I matched up against so and so who's top notch.
I played against Marcus Rashford from Man United. Like, of course.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. Not
even if you got spanked, like it would be. Oh yeah, that night, and their gate receipt for that night as well. Like, imagine how many people would flood their ground, and imagine they pulled off like a miracle and they went through to the next round. They could say that they were there for that. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And the same thing with even if they lost miraculously, like 2-1 or something like that. That's an achievement because they lost by 1 goal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even though
100%.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with Tony Cottee too. Got to get
Neil wants you to ask about the next poll. The Sanchez one, Neil?
Okay. You must have seen it on the screen. All right. So after the Newport game, has your opinion changed for the better of Mr. Carlos Sanchez?
So I'm going to have to say no, only because I didn't get to watch the game. Although I've heard that he did play well, and he did his bit. I can't judge him on something that I haven't seen with my own eyes to form my own opinion. You know what I mean? So for right now, I'm going to say no.
What I heard and what I saw were slightly different. So from what I saw was that he didn't make as many mistakes as what it was. He just didn't make mistakes. He did make a mistake that I saw, but it wasn't like anything crazy. It was just a shit pass. So, and he wasn't really fluid. He's not that type of player, I guess. He is what it is. But the fact is that he improved by not fucking up as much is like everybody's excited about. So,
I mean, if he is making mistakes and he's not making them as much, that's definitely a step in the right direction. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I don't like the guy. If he comes on and he plays, you've got to support him.
Yeah. Well, but I guess the answer is your opinion changed? I guess the answer is not yet.
Me, it's no. Yeah,
not yet. Not yet. I wouldn't say yeah. I mean, just not yet. I mean, I could see that he's slowly, improving, I guess. But again, the same thing with players of that age or older. It worries me that once you hit a certain age, once you hit like 25, 26 years old, and so on, you don't improve as much. Especially after a big injury like Carlos Sanchez had. It's less likely that he'll improve.
Yeah. Well, and that it might be a bit of what would the word be? He might be doing the same thing that I potentially thought Wilshere was doing, like trying to manage himself safely instead of you know what I mean, like trying to not re-injure himself. I don't know. So hold on, real quick. I need to say this, right. I was talking on Twitter with Neil a couple of days ago. I asked him if he was in the proper outback, is what I said. He told me he lived off the grid. He had no mains. He had no mains water. And I said, how the fuck are you talking to me on Twitter right now then? Or something like that. He said he has some kind of Bear Grylls style solar generator or some shit. He's a proper Aborigine dude.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
That is cool. I had a great time talking to him. It was just me and him. It was awesome. I didn't have a co-host for that one. And I think it was my first show by myself, actually. And it was a hell of a lot of fun, man. I'd do that again with him. Neil, man, you're welcome back. Come on the show sometime. And same thing with you, Gabe. It's been a while for you, Gabe. I don't understand what your problem is, dude. Like, you're in the chat room all night.
He's doing homework.
Oh,
he's
doing
his English right now.
Well, it's about an English club. That's all you have to say. You know what I'm saying? That's
with an English guy.
Well, yeah, there you go.
You have any questions about English? I can tell you. Like, I'll.
No excuses there, Gabe. Come on. And thanks to Ray for popping in earlier while he was at work. I'd like to thank P. Hoff from, I believe, from California, Vacaville. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks, Sully. Thanks, a bunch of people. Thank you. Thank you all for watching tonight, and I hope to see you guys. Well, I won't see you till Sunday, but unless you're going to be in Philly on Saturday, then I'll see you. I'll be there at 10 a.m. for the match. So watch with the Philly.
Oh yeah, you're going to Philly this weekend, huh?
That's right. I can't wait. They had 16 people there last weekend, and Wally was there, and Wally's going to be there again this time. So I'm going to get to meet Wally finally. That'll be cool.
Are you guys going to share like a hug and a beer?
No, man. No, I'm going to be. I have a long drive. Well, first of all, I'm going to be leaving my house at like 3:00 in the morning to get there for 8. Well, 10 o'clock. I mean, I'll be there at like 8 o'clock. It's a 6-hour drive, and then or 9 o'clock, whatever. And then I'm gonna need coffee, dude. Coffee, because that's how I roll. You know how I am. I drink coffee 24/7, and I have to drive home right afterward. So another 6 hours. I'm gonna need coffee. I can't be doing that, the saucy stuff. So
fuck all. You need to have at least one. I feel like
I can't, man.
Oh, dude.
I'll knock right out.
Oh, man. I'll do it for sure. So before we end this, though, obviously we have our game on Saturday against Norwich City. About 20 minutes after the game, myself and Selly, who I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but if you are, we'll be going live with our full-time show. And there is a possibility I will have it's a special guest to me, but you guys will enjoy it as well if this certain individual is available. You guys will probably get a kick out of it. So actually, I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Yeah,
like when we cut.
There's only 2 people in this world that I would not be happy with, but if you told me who.
He's definitely the individual that I think that you're thinking of. No, I see this person's like people you may know.
Yeah.
I just like skip. Yeah,
good man. Good on you.
Nah,
anyway.
I don't fucking know.
Fucking retard. All right. So anyway, So thanks guys for sticking around. Thanks guys for watching. And guess what else? We have hopefully a podcast for you coming out tonight or tomorrow, hopefully. Like I said, I got to work, and then I got to go to a concert, and then take a power nap, and then take a long drive, and then I'm going to meet the people. Oh, I'm going to be filming some stuff from Philly, so you will see me on Saturday, regardless if you're there or not. I will be doing some videos with people there and getting some instant match reactions, kind of like what Justin did with the guys from Chicago. Since I'm going to be there, might as well. What else?
You should do a vlog.
I should, but yeah, I should. I don't have patience for editing all that unless it was like a live vlog, And my phone, I got like an iPhone 6S Plus. It's like it's
It's better than a kick in the bollocks.
That's true. So anyway, yeah, we do got some stuff for you this weekend. Like Gaz was saying too with Sully. They're both going to be doing their stuff, and then Sunday we got a couple shows. Hopefully somebody special, and then if not, I'll find someone special to throw in there. But anyway, all right, guys, have a great night. Talk to you later. Come on, you irons.
Dun, 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 dun. Where is my phone?